that comes out, you heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero. When it comes out, zero.
Hello guys, welcome again, a new live stream. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Okay, so right now we have finally we got the confirmation this month and we have a monthly sell signal. Let me show you here. Remember we were talking about this for long time actually, and finally we have this signal. So technically speaking, the bull market is over. That's it, right? We see all the signals, right, in historically, right, for Bitcoin. Usually, when we get the sell signal here in the monthly, is when we actually start the correction, as you can see here, right? In 2014, Bitcoin crashed 81%, as you can see here, after the sell signal, and here in 2018, 67%. And also here in 2021, from the top, right? From the top around here, 77%. And also from here, well, in average, right? If we think Bitcoin could crash around maybe 60, 70%. So, for example, if this is the price, right? Around $57,000, it should be around, well, very bad, right? Around 20K. So the question here is if what we can expect here, like actually this signal is real or maybe fake. I will be very honest with you. I don't think so. I think actually this signal is very real and also is very concerning because we have a various divergence from the high of 2021 in November and also the high here in 2024 right now in last month, I think. So as you can see here, the projection is something like this, right? Sideways here, right? Sideways and downside. Where the first target in the long term, right? In the long term, I'm talking about 2025, should be around this area, around 25K, around 30K, and actually also the maximum pain for this move, it should be around 20K. But if we see Bitcoin at 20K, in general, it's gonna be terrible because we could see a market reversal in the monthly. So that's why I want to be positive, right? I want to be positive. So that's why between 30K and 25K and 30K should be the target for this pullback. Well, actually not pullback, correction. Now let's talk about something else. We have the bi-monthly here. The bi-monthly is very interesting here because as you can see here, Bitcoin tested the MA55 here in 2022. As you can see here, 2 years ago, and Bitcoin hold actually the MA55, and after that we saw this rally, right? Technically speaking, let me show you here. We have actually a monthly, a candle, actually a gravestone candle, as you can see here, and actually this one is very powerful right now. Here is very powerful, this candle here. So this is telling me right now the market is getting ready for reversal. And well, the target usually, right, is going to be around the MA55, around 25K. So the question is why Bitcoin right now is super weak is, well, I told you, right, it's because it's losing momentum. It's losing momentum, as you can see here in curve. Every time when Bitcoin is pumping, right, the momentum, right, the sell signal, the hills are actually smaller, right? Here and here, you can see it better in the monthly. Let me show you here. Yep. So as you can see here, Bitcoin, historically speaking, every time when we have a bull market, the momentum is smaller and smaller. As you can see here, the power of the momentum is less and less. So that's why Bitcoin is actually the performance is very bad, right? Well, I mean, it depends, right? For example, from the bottom to the top is around, let me see, 300%. Not that actually very bad, but well, not we cannot compare this pump with, for example, this one, right? 2015 around, well, it was crazy, right? It was insane. And also here in 2018, from to the top, it was impressive, right? But the thing here is like, as you can see here, Bitcoin is losing momentum. So that's why in the long term, right, technically speaking for me, the bull market is over. It's over technically. I mean, if you see a bounce, I mean, significant bounce from maybe 70K again, You will see social media like YouTube again saying, "Oh yeah, Bitcoin to the moon, blah 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 blah." But there is a very good. It's gonna be a very good opportunity to sell, not to buy, right? So now let's talk about the weekly chart. The weekly chart actually is very interesting here because Bitcoin is about to test the 55. I think this week, maybe next week, I think Bitcoin is about to test 50K again. And as expected, remember, right? Usually Bitcoin likes to be around the 55 for maybe for 1 month or two. So something like this. Let me show you here. Something like this, right? Of course, I'm expecting another bounce from here. Yes, sure, because at least one day buy signal here, something like this. But as long as this high, for example, we see a pump is lower than the previous high, I am still looking for a downside, right? Technically speaking, Bitcoin is in downtrend in 1 day chart. Let me show you here. In 1 day chart, well, not in 1 day, it's not, sorry, in downtrend, it's just in sideways. But based on weekly chart, let me show you here. We have the momentum. Well, it was a fake signal, as you can see here. So it's to the downside. And also, I'm gonna explain this indicator later, but let me show you here. Technically speaking, Bitcoin is still holding, right? Because the major trigger for me for a bear market in weekly chart, I want to see OBB breaking the sell line. So if you see the OBB breaking the sell line here, right? When you see this, also in weekly chart is a confirmation to see the bear market. Let me show you why. Historically speaking, again, right? Every time when Bitcoin breaks the OBB, right, for Bitcoin breaks the zero line in weekly basis, as you can see here. Let me show you here and here. Every time without exceptions, what happened with the price? The price just crashed, right? So that's why from here, right, all to the bottom is around 60%. From here, remember $6,000, right, is a very strong support, and from there to $3,000, around 55%. And from here, right, around 40K to all the way down to 15K. So as you can see here, technically speaking, yes, when you see OBB breaking the sell line, we will have like a major correction. So Bitcoin, to be fair, right now OBB is above, right, the MA55, the sell line here, right, is still there, but it's still below the MA55. So in some point, it looks like the volatility is very low, right, and this is about to explode. Now the question is the direction, right? Yeah, now if I show you here weekly chart, the volatility is extremely low. So Bitcoin is about to move. Big move. The question is, as a trader, we have to, well, based on the probabilities, right? What is gonna be the next move? Well, please think about this. One thing is time frame for 1 month, another thing is time frame for weekly chart and 1 day chart and so on, right? So in weekly chart, technically speaking, as long as Bitcoin is above the MA55, right? And also, if we see a buy signal hitting weekly chart, something like this, right? Well, technically speaking, it could be like this, right? To the upside, okay? But if you see this bounce here, it's gonna be exactly the same as 2021, yeah? This bounce, you will see social media saying, "Oh, Bitcoin is bullish to the moon, blah blah blah, 1 million, right? Blah blah millionaires, Lamborghinis, right?" But this move is gonna be the same as this one. So this one is gonna be a major short opportunity. Why? Because the monthly is a sell. So if you see a bounce here, yeah, it's possible. Yes, this is gonna be like this. Okay, so that's why for me, right, what I want to see is I want to see Bitcoin actually breaking down this right now. Why? Because if we see this bounce here, we will have a better divergence in the weekly chart, and it's going to be even worse, okay? Because we will have weekly chart better divergence and plus weekly monthly better divergence. It's going to be terrible for the price. So that's why I want to see Bitcoin just breaking down, having a good correction, like for example in 2019, where Bitcoin was in sideways for a long time, and after that a bounce, and after that, oh, actually this is something like this, right? We have a sell signal, I remember here, I was in short actually, and well, we got a like I remember this time, like my original target in short, it was the MI55. I remember very well, like I was in short around 9,000, almost 10,000. And my target was the MI55. And I went to the bed, and next day, just Bitcoin crashed all the way down. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. It was a very nice time. Well, the thing here is like I cannot be like super bearish right now in weekly chart, not in monthly, right? Because looks like as long as Bitcoin is holding the MI55 here, right? The MI55 here in this area between 50K, 52, $53,000 for maybe a couple of weeks, maybe this month, right? We could see a bounce, something like this, right? Something like this. But remember, this bounce is gonna be a sell. Okay, that's it. Okay, that is the only thing I want to tell you. Now let's talk about another thing. Let me show you one the chart because maybe you want to say, okay, maybe if I know Bitcoin potentially in weekly chart, we will have a potential buy signal. What is going on with weekly? Sorry, with one day chart. First of all, Bitcoin is in now is still the momentum is to the downside, as you can see here. We have potential bullish divergence forming right now in OBB. But remember, OBB bullish divergence here, they take a lot of time. So that's why you will have to wait. So what I'm going to do here is, in my case, right, I will open just long positions after I see Bitcoin testing around $50,000 again. Yeah, around here. I want to see Bitcoin testing the 55 in weekly chart plus buy signal. For example, imagine Bitcoin is just dropping more right here. And if we see a buy signal here in one day chart, yes, I will open longs looking for the weekly bounce. Okay. Remember, as long as the MI55 in weekly chart is holding. So, of course, I know because the monthly is a major sell signal, right? I will protect my entry. Actually, I have to protect my entry always, right? If you are not protecting your entries, when you're trading, well, you're not trading, you're just gambling. Okay. So that's why be careful with these kind of things because, well, if you don't manage your capital, your risk, right, you will, well, eventually you will lose everything. So that's why it's very important. Uh, sorry, it's very important to try to control your emotions as much as you can. Okay, so that's why. Let me repeat again here. As long as Bitcoin is above the MI55, right, with this potential buy signal, right, potentially, right, maybe this month, right, the move, right, we can expect, right, in weekly basis, right, something like this. Okay. Now, let me say that again one more time. This move is gonna be a fake move. Okay, that's it. So if I'm correct with this and Bitcoin is holding the 50K level, we could see maybe October, November, maybe December, quite bullish, maybe. Yeah. And after that move, finally we will see a major correction. In average, 60-70% correction. And it depends on the price, right? But right now it could be around 25K, 20K. But step by step, okay? Step by step, and let's see how actually we will keep tracking the price of Bitcoin. Okay, now let me show you another indicator. This indicator is not new. You can use it in TradingView, right? Is the tricks indicator. This indicator is the first indicator I use instead of curve. Yeah, before it was many years ago I was using tricks, but it's actually very good for long-term investing, like trading, like weekly chart and more. Like when the chart is, we have many fake signals, but the weekly chart is working very well. And the rule is very simple. It's just one rule you need to keep in mind when you're using tricks, especially only in weekly chart and monthly. The only way you can buy in tricks is when you see the momentum, right? The lines here, the curve here, below the seller line, right? For example, here we have here the seller line here. We have a buy signal here, another buy signal here, another buy signal here. If you see some fake signals, it could be possible, yes, but It doesn't matter. It's like here, for example, you buy here, crash a little bit more, you buy more. That's the mindset you must have here. When you see tricks crossing the zero line here, you are looking for longs. You are looking to buy something. Okay. It doesn't matter how many fake signals you could get there, like maybe one or two, yeah, but in some the point is you will buy every time. So, and if you buy here, like in very deep, in below zero line here, if you buy around this area, you need to identify. It depends on your asset, right? Well, technically speaking, the next move is going to be very, very, very strong. Let me show you here. For example, here we have the buy signal here in tricks here. We have this buy signal here, and we have the buy signal here. Okay. If we see the buy signals here, actually they are very, very, very good. And actually, let me show you here. We have here in 2015, if you bought, for example, you could buy maybe around in March 2015, it was around $200, and after, well, you see, massive, massive gains, right? And here in 2019, around $4,000, and here in 2022 is around 15, 17. The only problem with tricks is like you will have to wait years in weekly chart. That's the problem with this indicator because it's very, very slow. So that's why you will get less signals. So that's why in my case only I use this kind of indicator. I use only this indicator when I think something important is happening in the charts. For example, potential sell signal in higher time frames, or maybe potential bottom. In this case, I want to show you something. The sell signals, right? The sell signals are very, very, very important. For example, here, right? We have one, we have two, and here, same principle, right? You need to wait for the really, really like very high the sell signal. Above the zero line here. But in this case, when you have multiple sell signals here, in my case, what I do is, of course, combining this indicator with other signals, for example, moving average, something like that, right? Or price action. But if you see the sell signals here, for example, here, we have here sell signals in 2013, right? From this sell signal, Bitcoin crash around 50%. From this sell signal to the MI55, right? The target around 60%. And here's the next sell signal here. Let me show you here. One moment. Around 44%. Now, you have many fake signals here. It was the strongest bull market for Bitcoin. But why? It's very easy. The answer is very easy. Why Bitcoin actually here from this point, right? If you see, please study the chart. Before 2018, Bitcoin was super strong, super healthy, just pumping, right? What happened? Well, after here, we have CME. Technically, we can short. That's the problem. Yeah. Here, we couldn't short. That's why Bitcoin was pumping like a crazy. And here, after 2018, exactly, let me remember, January 8th, I think. Oh, yeah, January 8th, I think. I can't remember exactly the date, but CME opened Bitcoin futures. So that was the worst day for Bitcoin. I know on social media, YouTubers, I don't know, I'm investing by institutions. Fuck it. Yeah, you see the charts. Bitcoin since then, the performance is very, 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 very bad. Yeah, this is terrible, right? We cannot compare the momentum of Bitcoin before the CME, right? Here, massive gains, right? Here, 200, 300%, you know. So that's why, for me, shorting Bitcoin or futures and the kind of things was the worst thing we could do for Bitcoin, right? In this case. Well, the point here is we have a sell signal again here, right? We have a sell signal here, right? So technically speaking, it's still bullish, yes, because it's about the sell line. So as long as it's about the sell line, it's totally fine. But remember the rule, you want to use, because someone asked me, hey, do you have something else, another indicator you can use, something you like to use? Yes, it's this one. And I pay attention about this. When I want to buy, I'm thinking to buy is when I see tricks below the zero line, right? When I see the tricks below the zero line, in my mind is okay, it's time to buy. Yeah. In the next buy signal, I'm gonna start buying, right? For example, like I did it here, right? I got a fake signal here, and I bought again here. So if you see this price, for example, we started this time here. The first buy was around. Let me show you one moment. The first buy was here at $6,000, right? Of course, you cannot go all in, right? Risk management, right? Here, you buy here as investing, right? Investing because it's weekly chart and monthly, not below, okay? And the next buy was here, okay? So your average price was around maybe 4,000, okay? And it was very good, right? So that's why in the monthly, let me show you here in the monthly. In the monthly is very interesting here because we have again very just few signals, right? Few signals here. We have a buy signal here, right? In 2016. Sorry, let me do it here properly. Yeah, 2016, right? Around 360. The second buy signal here, well, we have two, right? We have 1, 2 here as investing, right? The first buy was here around $8,000, and the second buy opportunity was almost at the same thing, 8,000, right? And as you can see here, from here to the next sell signal, it's around here. It's from here to here. It's around 500%. And now we have we got a buy signal here around $27,000, and from here we don't have sell signal, not yet, but I think we will see a sell signal maybe a couple months, maybe by October, maybe by November. Yeah. So right now the profit is around a 130, 140. So the thing here is like this indicator is very good just for long term. Don't use it, at least. Well, this is not financial advice, right? But this indicator is not very good in one day chart. Okay, and before it was not anymore. Okay, that's why always I'm trying to change, evolving, right, my system of trading. Before of this one was a squeeze momentum indicator. After tricks, and after that the curve. This one, this one actually. This one also is good. Okay, so now I think I finished with Bitcoin. Let me see in 4-hour chart. Maybe you want to trade in 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, and let's see if we can see something interesting here. Nothing. We don't have anything right now. It's sideways here. I think Bitcoin is just gonna be sideways all the week, looking for maybe a potential buy signal in one day chart. So my trading plan, let me be clear, my trading plan is I will wait for Bitcoin around 50K again, right? And I will wait for the buy signal in one day chart, right? Something like this. Okay. And I will start looking for long positions around 50K area. Looking for, if we apply 3-screen systems, well, in this case, I'm going to use just 2 screens, right? Just only 2. Here, one day chart, and the next one is weekly chart, right? Weekly chart. So the idea is very simple. One day chart here is going to be the trigger, right, around 50K to catch potentially the weekly sell buy signal here, looking for another maybe potential rally, right? Fake out, major fake out, right? In weekly chart. Okay, so that's my trading plan. Okay, just I wanted to share with you what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now, I am just watching the 90 show in Netflix because there is no trade, right? So that's what sometimes just I spend my day just watching Netflix, right? I want to watch the new movie of Alien, but maybe next week. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna continue. Let's continue with the Bitcoin dominance, the altcoins. If you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Bitcoin dominance, okay, and after that, the stock market. So, okay, let's continue with Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, where is Bitcoin dominance? Here. Okay, it's looking very bullish actually. Bullish new highs here, and looking for around 70% in the long term. 70%. That is my target. Maybe by in 6 months, I think, because it's moving very slow. I am bullish with this because this thing is actually breaking the MI55 here, looking for resistance around between 65 and 70%. And here, my friend, technically speaking, is when we have to start looking for buying altcoins. Okay, here is Bitcoin season, here is altcoin season. Yeah, that's the point. Okay. Okay, so in one day chart, one moment, let me see. In one day chart, what we can see, we have better divergence. Okay, potentially we could see a bounce for many altcoins. Potentially, yes. But as I said before, I am not buying altcoins. I am sorry. I am. Oh, what happened with this thing? Okay. I am not buying altcoins. I am not interested in altcoins right now. Only Bitcoin futures, and I will buy. I will buy for holding maybe in some point, not now, but maybe in some point in 2025. Okay. So let's continue with the Bitcoin USD, right? Because actually it's very important. Let me show you here. We have Bitcoin USD. Okay, very interesting. Let me see the monthly. Yeah, we have a sell signal. No, this is no. One moment. This is a future now. This is not. This is the wrong chart. Let me show you. Bitcoin USD. Oh. Is this one? I think yes. Bitcoin USD dominance. Okay. Remember what I said to you, right? A long time, not now, right? Months ago, I said, I am bullish here. Remember what I said to you. I am bullish here, and here is to the upside, right? And what is my target? The first target, as you can see here, well, use the dominance, sorry, uh, actually almost hit my green box, right? Almost, right? The resistance around 7%. But this is bullish. This is looking, is just starting here. Technically speaking, I cannot be bullish for Bitcoin and altcoins anymore, at least for 1 year. Okay. So here, another confirmation I got, like this is for me, right? For me, in my humble opinion, the bull market is over. Okay. So the target in the long term, right, in 1 year, right from now, it should be around 8%, 9%, and potentially new highs because it's an uptrend. This is an uptrend, right? The trend is your friend, and the trend is to the upside here. Now let's talk about the weekly chart. Weekly chart here, weekly chart is testing the MI55. Technically speaking, it should be to the downside, maybe. Let me see here the momentum. It's still bullish, volatility contra expanding right now. So yeah, I think it's gonna continue holding here for maybe a couple of weeks, one day maybe, and after that continuation all the way up to 8%. You know what? This chart is telling me maybe that we will not see a. Okay, sorry, so something happened with my headphones. Okay, so as you can see here, yeah, I think potentially this chart is telling me it could be a chance. Maybe the buy signal in weekly chart for Bitcoin could be a fake signal. So we have to be careful here. Okay, so let's continue with some altcoins, right? First of all, Solana, right? Solana is powerful, right? The next Bitcoin, right, as usual. So technically speaking, I cannot be bearish here. My target was around 100, 110. After a long time, finally, Solana hit 130. Yeah, 110. Nice. Okay. 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 Fair enough. Let me 55 here. So as long as Solana is above here, it's about this. It's about the MI55. With the potential, maybe it's too soon to say it. Maybe a couple of weeks more. Buy signal here. It could be a buy opportunity to start looking for something like this. But again, same as Bitcoin. If we see this bounce, it's gonna be a sell. Why? Because the monthly is terrible. We have a sell signal in the monthly, and I respect my system of trading. So that's why my system of trading is telling me, hey, please be careful in the monthly. Okay, don't hold too much. Yeah, maybe in 3 months you can see some profits, but in the long term, if you just keep waiting, you will just lose eventually everything. So that's why be smart. Okay. Okay. So let's continue with Ethereum. Ethereum. Where's Ethereum? Ethereum. Monthly sell signal target around 1,000, 2,000. Yeah, in the weekly chart. Potential breakdown. Potentially breakdown. Well, technically speaking, this is below the MI55, so it's not looking bad. It's looking very bad actually. But let's see. I want to see maybe a couple of weeks more here. If you see Ethereum holding this area, potentially it could be a fake signal, but we have to wait maybe a couple of weeks more. Okay, so now let's continue with more. Someone asked me about cake, and even I couldn't remember cake. This is actually very bad. Broke the support here. Multiple phase signals in the weekly chart. Let me see the monthly here. Very bad, actually. It looks like it's getting ready for a new low. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue with the stock market. I think it's better right now. Let's talk about the stock market. Okay, the stock market SP 500. Okay, as you can see here, finally, looks like we will see a sell signal in the monthly, maybe in a couple of months. Weekly chart, let me show you here. We have a better divergence. I am bullish. Even with the better divergence, I'm still bullish because it's very far away from the M55. So the worst scenario here is testing again 5,000, but it's gonna be a buy opportunity. That's it. Okay. So I am bullish, not short the stock market. I think it's a very bad idea shorting the stock market. Just wait for the pullbacks, and that's it. Okay. So let me see. Something else. Let me see the comments. Okay, James, hello. Hello, thank you for joining to the live stream. Dixie, you see dominance is done. Dixie, yeah, I think Dixie should be bullish, I think. Dixie should be bullish, I think. Let me see. Since sideways, right? Sideways. Okay, let me see the monthly. Interesting. Okay, this arrow was like months ago in February. We saw a bounce and after that a pullback. Okay. You know what? It's looking very interesting. This thing looks like wants to break the ME55. Looks like wants to break down the ME55. Well, this is very dangerous. This is something. This is looking more like it wants to break down the ME55. Like actually, this is very good news for currencies. So, well, some of them, not all, but yeah, potentially we could see a bounce for the Japanese yen. Actually, yes, and also the many the euro, for example, as well, Australian dollar as well. We could see a bounce potentially, yes, in the following months. But let me see the higher time frames because actually it's very important to see maybe long term. Okay, good. I didn't see this. Is the resistance here? Yes, actually, look, I'm gonna start looking for maybe 2025, right? 2025 around 90, 90, 90, 90. Let me see here. Yeah, 90 is the target. 90 is the target. Okay, so now let's continue with some currencies. Before Nike. I remember Nike. Someone in my group is holding Nike. So let me see here. Nike, I said before, is a buy opportunity, right? We have bullish divergence forming in the monthly. I cannot be bearish here, right? In the monthly and also in bi-monthly here, we have a potential buy signal forming, testing the MI55. Historically speaking, now is the time to buy. Of course, I am not financial advisor, remember this, but if you see the chart, you open your trading view and you can just do it by yourself. Every time when Nike was testing the MI55, what happened? Major rally, right? Major rally, right? Now testing MI55 again. Here with bullish divergence in the monthly, I cannot be bearish here. We have here in the weekly chart, let me see here, buy signal here. I think the trigger is going to be the monthly. The monthly buy signal is going to be a major trigger. So for me, you see Nike is crushing a little bit more, totally fine. Maximum 60. below 60 is game over, but around maximum 60 is the tolerance, like my tolerance, right, to keep buying this thing. Okay, so now let's continue with the currencies. And yeah, yes, my friend, the Japanese yen finally, right, did hit my target. Remember what I told you, 140 was my target. Let me see. In one day chart, yes, hit actually 140, 141. Oops, I fell for $1. Okay, so let me show you here. We have the Japanese yen hit 160 as expected, something we were expecting a long time, right? And now looks like it wants to break the MA55, but honestly, I don't think so. I think here the yen is going to be just inside for a long time, right? Because it's an uptrend, right? The trend is my friend, and as you can see here, is holding and holding, right? And holding. So that's why what I'm going to do right now, in my case, right? I'm a financial advisor. In my case, um, I'm very happy because finally the yen will recover a little bit of the value. But let me see the monthly here. The monthly here, we have a better variance in the monthly, so this is looking promising, right? In the long term, looks like if you see 140 broken, we could see 130 30 is gonna be the maximum, but from there this is just a pullback. It's very bad thing, right? Like this, a pullback, and after that continuation. Where my target in the long term is very sad, it's very bad, but it's around 200. That's my target. So the economy in Japan in general is very bad, and there are no babies right here. There are too many old people here. Uh, it's very complex. It's a very complex thing, but Japan is a wonderful country, but for some reason people here don't want to get married, don't want to have babies. And actually, the jobs in Japan is the market. The market here in Japan is very bad. There are no foreigners working here anymore. Like because the Japanese yen is very low, so Americans or British people, right? It's not worth it for them to come here and work because the salary is very bad. So if you come here to Japan, and it's because you like the country, you like the culture, and you like because the life quality in Japan is beautiful. But if you are thinking to make money, I think it's not very good, especially you're coming from the States, right? Mhm. 5 years ago, it was different because the yen and dollar was 1 to 1. It was actually quite good, but right now it's not actually very good. In my case, I am living here because I love the country. That's it. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue with, well, I didn't want to talk about this in this live stream, but I think, yeah, why not? Let's do that. There is something I want to show you about altcoins. Altcoins, because I know many of you want to. Well, the best way to make money in crypto is not with Bitcoin anymore. Actually, is with altcoins because altcoins sometimes they are pumping. Sometimes is like very strong. We can make good profits. But someone asked me, hey, when I can buy altcoins again? And this chart is long time, long time I did it. You see, I said I am expecting sideways, as you can see here. Yeah, now you see it. You see sideways here. So what is going to happen here, technically speaking, right? We will see more red candles here, and I will start looking for buying altcoins after I see using total 2, right? Around 500 level. 500 level here is when I will start looking for buying again altcoins, right? Bitcoin dominance around 70%. Bitcoin forming bullish signals, like for example, weekly buy signal, monthly buy signal, right? So it will take a couple years, maybe 1 year, 1 year or maybe 1 year or two. Okay, so I'm talking to you like as investor, not gambler, okay? Because you want to buy shitcoins, it's totally fine. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. But in my case, I'm talking to people like they actually want to make profits in the long term, right? So that's why my best advice for you right now is bear markets are they are the best teacher if you want to become a very good trader. They are the best time. They offer the best moment to learn because you need to apply your skills to learn how the market is working because you have to short, you have to go long, right? In bull markets, it's quite easy because you buy and hold and just wait, right? In my case, I'm holding right now a short position from 64K, but well, as you can see here in Alcons, it's not looking good, right? Because we have here in the monthly, let me show you here the monthly, we have a sell signal, fresh sell signal here. So technically speaking, every time when the market, the total two, if we have a sell signal here, right? Let me show you here a sell signal here. What happened? Um, we have the top of the market as well in November. What happened in November? Well, we have a correction, right, from $69,000 to 17K, and also in now we have in 2024 and also here in 2017. What happened in 2017? Bitcoin went all the way up to 20K and crashed all the way down to $3,000. Remember? So that's why the market is telling you right now by facts the market is over. The bull market is technically over. Okay, so that's why it's a time to save money, right? You're working 9 to 5, save money, check your budget, make a plan, and get ready for 1 year. In my, right now, maybe 1 year is when we will have the real good opportunity to buy again altcoins and Bitcoin and to the moon you want. Okay, so that is actually what I'm going to do, right? I remember I am not financial advisor, but let me show you here. Weekly chart is broken technically. Well, it's still holding here, but yeah, looks like this is just playing ping pong right here, like this. Okay, so here, around here is when is the time to buy altcoins again. Okay, so in general, I'll show you this chart because in general it's mostly all the same thing for many altcoins. And also one more thing for Cardano, because I know someone is holding Cardano here. Get ready for 25 cents, potential 25 cents, and maybe in the long term, maybe another leg down to 0.08. Okay, get ready for that. Okay, yeah, this is not looking good, not anymore. No, fresh sell signal here in monthly. Breaking 25 cents is going to be fast, it's going to be quick, it's going to be painful, all the way down to 0.08 cents. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. That's it for today. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next live stream. See you in Discord. One more thing. We are gonna have the first trading competition. It's gonna be with paper trading, right? So don't worry about it. You don't have to put any money. Remember, in this channel, I will never ask you. I will sell you a course or something like that. If I do that, it's gonna be free for just the supporters of the channel. Okay, that's it. I will let you know maybe next week the details of the competition. Potentially, if we could use an exchange, because there are some exchanges that want to work with me. Remember, they asked me, BitGet and other MinX, about to be a partner. I refuse to shield exchanges and getting fees from your losses, right? I don't want to do that. So that's why. But one of the exchanges offered me to use the platform with paper trading. So I will test this platform today. If it's good enough, why not? You can create an account there in that exchange, and you can use paper trading with them. It's gonna be totally free. Okay, you don't have to use your money. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in the next live stream.
And when that comes out, you heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero.